Hello again, class. Today you guys will be working with parts 2 and 3 of your lesson ready book of lesson 6, again, story elements interacting. I am now going to pull up the Doc Hub. Again, here are two ways you could do this. My assumption is at this point you really can get into Doc Hub and then submit it. But if you're having trouble, again, there's going to be two ways. You could submit this when you click over the little person when you're finished and share it to me, Sarah _Claxton at iss.k12.nc.us, and you just send it to me, or you can put it in an email. You get the shareable link and click the link and then email that link to me. Or, you could do it in your actual ready book and then take a picture of it and send it in either through Canvas or my email. So I know a lot of my face-to-face students understand all those because you've done them with me, and anything will work. I just I want us to see if we can really use DocHub at this point, but if not, it's not going to be a problem. All right, so here we go. This is part 2. This is your page 54 in your book. It is called Black Sunday. Let's just kind of think in our head out loud. This, it says, is historical fiction. So if it said Black Friday, it would be different, but it says Black Sunday. And in the Dust Bowl time, so like in the 1920s, in the 1930s, in the West and in the United States, there was this Dust Bowl, and literally it was dust in the air, and it was real dark and real nasty outside, and it was just a bunch of dust that has come up from the soil and risen with wind, and it's just wiping in the areas as if like a fire's going through, but instead it's with wind and dust and soil and stuff together. So you don't really want to be outside. So this is historical fiction, so it's based upon, I would assume, that Dust Bowl time period, and again, it's called Black Sunday. I'm going to read and stop and pause because I want us to be thinking. I will also be underlining parts because, again, we are working with story elements such as setting, such as conflict, such as plot, and how do they work together. You will submit only part 2 and part 3, and I will go over some of part 2, and then some of it you will do by yourself. So I'm just going to make sure I have my free draw pen ready to use. So it was April 14th, one day before Cora's 16th birthday. So again, Cora, she's about to turn 16. And she felt the air change as she took the laundry down from the clothesline. Okay, April 14th, that's my when. Felt the air change. So maybe I'm thinking something's about to happen. Dust, wind. Second sentence. The sky darkened over the Oklahoma plains. It's coming. And the wind threatened to blow the laundry away. So again, this is identifying the setting. We're in Oklahoma. It's April 14th. Cora is part of this story. The air is changing. The sky is darkening. The wind is threatening. Cora froze for a moment and then shouted, "Dust storm!" loudly enough for everyone inside to hear her. So the setting is going to create conflict, right? The Dust Bowl in itself in Oklahoma, in the Midwest, is creating, and it's going to create conflict for her family. Cora held the cellar door open for her mother and the younger children as they descended down into the cool darkness. Cora's mother called for her to join them, but Cora was determined to find her father and brothers. Cora was determined to find her father and brothers. So she is a strong-willed girl because she wants, even through the danger, she wants to get her family together. Even though her mom's like, "Come on, child, come on, you're my baby." She's like, "No, Mom, I got to get our other family." She's she wants to get that, okay? So you can again see that the characters are struggling because of what's happening in the setting. Cora saddled the old mare and rode across the fields, calling for her father until she finally spotted him. He was already riding with her brothers. The storm, okay, conflict setting, creeping up on the horizon nearly fast enough to overcome them. They tethered the animals in the barn stalls, farming, and sealed the doors to keep the livestock safe, the precious livestock safe. So they're farming, and the boys and the dad were getting all the animals and rushing them into the barn so the animals could survive, because again, livestock during this time period and even now is a central part of farming life. Okay, let's go down. So what is the relationship between the setting and the conflict in the story? Before you can analyze the relationship between setting and conflict, you need to be certain what the setting and conflict are. First, identify the story elements on the line below. So I'm going to change in text. What is the setting of the story? If we go back in the text, okay, up in the first paragraph, it says the Oklahoma Plains, and we now know that it's a farm. So a farm in the Oklahoma, if I can spell that right, and did not spell that right, in the Oklahoma Plains on April 14th. Okay. What is the conflict of the story? I hope that you're typing your answer. What is that conflict, guys? Hopefully you've got it. So, a powerful dust storm has moved quickly. The setting has moved quickly into the area. It is a danger to both people and animals. And the characters must respond quickly to this danger. Okay, so 2 story elements, and you already can see how they're going to work together. Now that you've identified, and we've identified these things, I want you to answer this question, okay? On the lines below, describe the relationship between the setting and the conflict in the story, and use details from the story to support your answer. So please use cited evidence. When you cite evidence, you put it in quotation marks, okay? Quotes. So I want you to answer that. When you are finished, I want you to keep reading about Black Sunday. I would underline, again, you can just use your book for this if this is Jock Club is a struggle, and think about how Cora is taking charge and solving the problem, okay? What is happening? How is it going to end? What's the family going to be like? Are they all going to be together? What is going to happen? And remember, this is the day before her 16th birthday, okay? So when you are finished, I want you to answer this question and circle it. I do want you to explain how the sentence you chose demonstrates Cora's taking charge, determination, and happy ending. Okay? I want you to answer that. With a partner, don't worry about that. So when you turn this in, I should see annotations. I should see the answer to these questions. I should see your text answer to this. I should see your underlines and annotations here. I should see your answer. And then I should see your show your thinking. So I hope this was helpful for parts 2 and 3. Thank you for listening.